Well, they've got a couple of defensemen that are injured, and Steve Smith was recalled earlier this season for Nova Scotia, and he just got his elbow up a little.
Out the center, chased down by Gretzky. Gretzky against Nichols. Gretzky stops. Gretzky, his pass to Curry, and Gretzky is knocked down by Dave Taylor. Back come the Kings. Pass to Taylor. Walking in left side. He goes behind the net. Taylor still with it. Taylor on the power play. Up to the blue line. Gives it to Redmond. Redmond, lot of room. Shoots. Safe. Rebound. Save. Score. Dion.
We have a little meeting of the minds still in front of goaltender Bob Janusek. Of course, the Kings players want to make sure that Bob Janusek has somewhat of a quiet night. But the Oilers, now look at this, McClelland and Al Tour. Tour dropping his equipment, and he'll probably get a penalty for that move. And it looks like referee Brian Lewis is also motioning for Kevin McClelland to go to the penalty box. So after things seemingly had died down, Tour challenged McClelland, and he'll go to the penalty box, and he still would like to get at the Edmonton Oilers' tough center iceman. Al Tour, in case you did not pick up any of the road games, he played the 2 games this past weekend at Hartford and Philadelphia. A tough, aggressive defenseman, not very offensive-minded, and he can go with the best of them.
Now Wells to Nichols, right side. He shoots, saved by Moog, and he dives on the rebound. The Kings firing away at Andy Moog. Al Tour and McClelland, they came right out of the penalty box, and the period ended, and McClelland knocks Tour down. We'll be right back. Nick will be talking with Tiger Williams downstairs. This is the Los Angeles Kings Hockey Network. It's a collision right at the red line. Coffey went sprawling and maybe cut around the head. I'm not sure. That's really dangerous, Nick, with those sharpened skates out there. But then the Oilers' Coffey got knocked down, and the Kings had a pretty good opportunity, but the referee has the right to blow the whistle if he feels a player is injured. Gretzky pushed by Galley. Galley takes it away. Gives it to Tiger Williams. Tiger bumped hard at center ice by Melnick. Dave Hunter for the Oilers sends it down the left side into the Kings zone. McTavish in the corner. He's bumped there, and Rick LaPointe gets a piece of McTavish from the right point. A shot and a score. All the way down into the Oilers zone by Redmond, who got knocked down from behind. And now look out, we got, Dave Taylor knocks Wayne Gretzky down. Dave Taylor knocked Wayne Gretzky flat with a right hand. Gretzky is on the ice at the blue line. Dave Taylor reached out after Gretzky started to push and shove, and he leveled Gretzky with a right hand.
Bob, that's the first time I've seen Gretzky go down in an altercation. I think he's all right. He's got to be stunned. He's not cut at all, but that just came out of nowhere.
Well, Gretzky was in there pushing and shoving, and finally Taylor said, here. And he gave him a right hand, and Gretzky gets up smiling. Dave Taylor.
Well, it started Gretzky slashed, I believe, at Dave Taylor, and then Taylor just came up with a right hand and dropped Gretzky, who's not that big. And I think Gretzky stayed there for a while just to make it a bit more dramatic. But Taylor goes to the penalty box. Gretzky should get 2 minutes for slashing at least. Taylor should go. I don't know if he's going to get a penalty which precipitated the slash, but he certainly should go for that one punch, a 5-minute penalty for fighting. Gretzky will probably get nothing because he didn't fight at all. It was just a one-punch fight. Well, Wayne Gretzky in the penalty box, no worse for wear. And again, Bob, I think he was not injured all that much. It just caught him by surprise.
Well, and he's in Hollywood too, you know.
That's right.
May have an acting career when the. I guess he's getting bored with hockey. May go into acting.
He's been on a couple of
soaps. He did get hit. A lot of people said, did he hit him? Well, he got hit.
Sure he did.
But I didn't. I thought for a moment that he'd been knocked out the way he just stayed down on the ice face first, and then he got up, and as you say, not a mark on him. He wasn't cut. He was smiling. Left point held in by Wells. Wells to Nichols. Nichols back to Wells at the blue line. Wells shoots, save, rebound, covered up, goal, score! The Kings score. I thought the rebound was covered up, and I think Dave Taylor got his his stick on it to put it in the Kings lead 2-1. Marcel Dion ready on the draw against Mark Messier. Oilers have the power play. Here's Gretzky at the blue line. Right side, Coffey shooting. He scores. Taylor just did stay on. Redmond pass out to the left point. Engblom with it. Engblom shoots. Save. Rebound. Nichols. Score!
And meet them and make their check, make their play.
Now the puck is in the King zone. Right side. Pass in deep and a shot scored by Glenn Anderson. Nichols gives it to Taylor. Taylor into the Oilers zone. Taylor drops it for Nichols. He's in front. He shoots and a save. Rebound. Nichols. Score! Puck comes down the corner. Sykes bumps into McTavish, and now we have behind the play. Who was it? Taylor?
Well, Taylor was grabbed, I think, by McTavish, and when McTavish grabbed Taylor, Lumley tried to sucker Taylor. Taylor had no chance to defend himself because he was being grabbed from behind, and Lumley took advantage of the situation. I don't think he connected.
Taylor was
the way you do it, guys.
When I saw it, Taylor was being knocked down from behind, as you say, and in came Lumley, and Lumley was throwing a right hand that missed. Now Sykes and Lowe get into a battle. Phil Sykes of the Kings and Kevin Lowe of the Oilers. And everybody paired off now, and Lowe and Sykes still pulling at each other. The linesman now coming in to separate them.
Bob, I looked up. Taylor had his helmet off, and McTavish then grabbed. Now Fogelin is throwing rights at Taylor, and Taylor is helpless. The referee is trying to step in. Taylor is being held up, and Fogelin's got his right hand free. Nothing Dave Taylor can do about it.
Well, you knew that they were going to get back at Taylor sometime, but Fogelin just won't give it up. And if Taylor now gets loose, and now the referee's between Fogelin and Taylor.
Kennedy is manhandling somebody out there, has the jersey over his head, and that's a mismatch. It might be McTavish. I think it is. So everybody is paired off, but again, I looked up. Taylor had his helmet off, and Taylor was glaring in the direction of Lumley. And as Taylor skated over to Lumley, McTavish grabbed Taylor from behind. And as Taylor was falling to the ice with McTavish on top of him, Lumley tried to sucker him with a right hand.
To number 8, Dave Lumley, 2 minutes for high sticking, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 2, Lee Fogelin, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Number 4, Kevin Lowe, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Los Angeles penalties to number 18, Dave Taylor, 2 minutes for high sticking, 5 minutes for fighting. Number 7, Phil Sykes, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Number 6, Dean Kennedy, 5 minutes for fighting and a game misconduct. Time of the penalties, 13:26.
1:49 to go in the game. 4-3 Kings. Puck is still in the Oilers zone. The fans are rising to their feet. And here's a breakaway by Gretzky all alone. He shoots. He scores! Wayne Gretzky got loose down the left wing. Went to the left side and beat Janusek to tie the game with 1:40 left. The game is tied at 4-4. Galley tried to get it to Dion, tipped away. Nichols back of the King line. Nichols with it. His pass up to Dion at center, broken up by Messier. Messier gets around a check from Galley, but lost the puck. Now sends it in to Gretzky. Gretzky over to Anderson, and a diving save by Janusek. What a pass by Gretzky, and what a save by Janusek.